Alright then, so we've got the Codex CLI up and running now, which we started using in the previous lesson to make changes to the project on a new branch. Now I've since pushed that branch up to GitHub and merged it, and I pulled down the most recent version of the main branch as well, which I'm on now, so everything's up to date. So in this lesson, we're going to look at some of the built-in commands that come with the Codex CLI. And again, if you've ever used Claude Code, it's a pretty similar experience to their own commands, or slash commands as they're called, because each command starts with a slash. And it's exactly the same in the Codex CLI. Each built-in command starts with a /. Now, I'm just going to exit the current Codex session by pressing Ctrl+C, and when I do that, it's going to put me back in the regular terminal. Then I'm going to run the Codex command again to start a brand new session. And when I do that, the first thing Codex does is suggest trying out some of these different commands. So the first one is the init command, which creates an AGENTS.md file, which we're going to talk about, I think, in the next lesson. The second one is the status command, which shows a bit of information about the current session. Then we've got the approvals command, which we can use to set up automatic approvals for Codex when it comes to file edits and whatnot. And finally, the model command, which lets us choose an OpenAI model to work with. And by default, this is set to the GPT-5 Codex model at the time of recording. There are other commands that we can use as well, which we can see if we type a /. So if we scroll down here, we can see some more, like the new command to start a new session. There's the compact command to squash the chat history into a compact summary to reduce the overall session context. And this is useful because as your sessions go on for longer, the context of the session accumulates and gets a bit bloated. And when that happens, it can affect AI decision making when it comes to code edits. And you could also eventually hit the context limit, which is how much context an AI model can process at any time. So this compact command is really useful if you have these long running sessions to prevent context buildup and bloat. We've also got the diff command for showing git diffs directly in the terminal. We've got the mention command to add files as context to a prompt, and this is actually just the same as using the @, which is much quicker than running this command, so I'm not sure why they've added this one in unless I'm missing something. There's the MCP command, which lists out all the MCP servers configured for Codex in this project, and we'll talk more about MCP servers later in the course. And then we've got two more, the logout command to log out of the Codex CLI and the quit command to quit the current session. So there's quite a few commands built into the Codex CLI, not as many as Claude Code, but I do think OpenAI will be adding to this list as they flesh out the product even more. Okay, so let's try using a couple of these commands then. First of all, I'm going to use the /status command to give us some information about the current session that we're in. And when we hit enter, we should see a bunch of details, all formatted quite nicely in my opinion. We've got workspace information, which lists the working directory, the approval mode, the sandbox, which is basically where and how Codex is allowed to play. In this case, it has write access only to this workspace, and also any agent files, which we don't have yet. Below that, we've got the account information. Then we've got the current model that we're using, along with some extra details about that model. We've got the client version, which is just the version of the Codex CLI we're using. And then finally, we've got the token usage at the bottom, which is a representation of how much we've used the AI model in terms of our own input, the prompts, and the AI's output. So that's the status command. Let's try another one like the model command. So just /, then model, then hit enter. And when we do that, we can see that currently we have the GPT-5 Codex with medium reasoning selected. And in fact, all of these models are GPT-5 variations at the time of recording, and we can use different degrees of reasoning with these models. I'm going to stick with the current selection and just hit escape for now. Next, let's try the /approvals command, which is where we can select different approval modes for this project. Right now it's on auto, which means it can read files, make edits, and run commands automatically within this workspace. If you switch it to read only, then Codex can only read the files and answer questions about them, and it's going to need your approval before it does anything else. Full access is where you give Codex full access to do what it wants with automatic network access as well. I'm going to stick with auto again and hit escape to go back. So that's just a few of the commands, and we might be using a few more as we go forwards. For now, I want to use the quit command to quit the current Codex session so that we can get dumped back into the regular terminal. Okay, so there's one more thing I'd like to show you in this lesson, and that is how to resume a previous session. So I think so far in this project, using the CLI, we've made maybe 2 sessions, possibly 3, I think just 2. But normally in a project, I would have a different session for every distinct feature I want Codex or whatever other agentic coding agent I'm using to work on. So that might be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 sessions. And sometimes I might want to go back to some of the older sessions to continue working on that feature. So in Codex, to resume a session, we can just type Codex in here, and then after that, resume, and then press enter. And when we do that, we're going to get all of the different sessions we've had with this particular project. Now, there's only been 2 here, but there might be more, like I said. So we can just key up and down and select one of these using enter, and we'll go back into that session. You can also search as well. So for example, if I search the description, so for example, summary, which is what we did before, we wanted a summary of something. Oops. There we go, summary. We can see it filters out the rest of the sessions, but leaves me with this one. So I could just press enter now to be dumped back into that particular session. Now, as of yet, at the time of recording this video, I don't think there's a way built into the Codex CLI to delete old sessions, but I'm sure it's going to come in the future. And like I said before, I feel like Codex as a whole is still trying to find its feet a little bit, and the CLI tool does feel maybe a little bit unfinished. But because all these different providers are just so desperate to get their tools out onto the market as quickly as possible, we're going to see this kind of thing across the spectrum. Anyway, now we know how to use commands and resume previous sessions. Next up, we're going to talk a little bit about the agent files.